What if Mace Windu had trained Anakin Skywalker? Imagine how that one change could have altered the course of the galaxy. And trust me, the ending is something you don't want to miss. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Your support is what helps this channel grow, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts on this one. Now, without further ado, let's jump into today's theory. What if Mace Windu had trained Anakin Skywalker? We're back on Naboo right after the epic battle where the Trade Federation gets its butt kicked. Young Anakin Skywalker, fresh off his pod racing win and newfound freedom, is standing before the Jedi Council. He's just a kid, 9 years old, but already there's something powerful, something intense about him. Now, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's still reeling from the loss of his master, Qui-Gon Jinn, is desperate to honor Qui-Gon's dying wish, to train Anakin. He's dangerous, Yoda warns, his ancient eyes narrowing as he senses the darkness swirling around the boy. But Obi-Wan isn't backing down. Master Yoda, he says, his voice steady but urgent, I promised Qui-Gon I have to train him. Yoda, though, he's not convinced. He knows how much is at stake, and he's not taking any chances. He lays a hand on Obi-Wan's shoulder, a gesture meant to calm the young Jedi Knight. Decided, the Council has. Mace Windu, train the boy, he will. Enter Mace Windu. This guy is a legend, fierce, disciplined, and completely no-nonsense. He's just wrapped up training his last Padawan, Depa Billaba, and now he's about to take on the biggest challenge of his career, training the Chosen One. Anakin, hearing this, feels his heart drop. He's already started to see Obi-Wan as a mentor, maybe even a father figure. And now, this? He looks up at Windu, who's all business, no smiles, and feels the weight of the galaxy on his shoulders. Back on Coruscant, the training begins, and it's nothing like what Anakin expected. Mace Windu doesn't do gentle. He doesn't do easy. From day one, he's pushing Anakin hard. Pushing him to be more than just a Jedi, he's pushing him to be a weapon for the light. Every day is a test, both physical and mental. Windu's method isn't about nurturing emotions. It's about mastering them, controlling them, and using them as fuel. In their first session, Windu wastes no time. He wants to see just how powerful this kid really is. He watches as Anakin lifts objects with the Force, effortless and precise. It's impressive, but Windu sees more than just raw talent. He sees the cracks, attachments, emotions, fears, things that could break Anakin if they're not handled right. Your power is strong, Anakin, Windu says, his voice firm, but power without control is dangerous. Your mind, it will be your downfall if you don't learn to master it. Windu's training is brutal. He doesn't believe in easing into things. One day he hands Anakin a training lightsaber and throws him into a ring with a set of battle droids. These aren't set to beginner mode. They're coming at him full force. Anakin's instinct kicks in and he fights like his life depends on it, because in Windu's training, it does. Anakin comes out of the ring bruised and battered, but he's learned something crucial. Survival is earned, not given. Months pass, and Anakin's powers grow stronger by the day. Windu teaches him how to channel his emotions, how to use them without being consumed by them. It's a delicate balance, and Windu knows that not everyone in the Jedi Order would approve of his methods. But he doesn't care. He's not training Anakin to be just another Jedi, he's training him to be the Chosen One. One evening, after an especially intense training session, Windu sits down with Anakin. They talk, really talk, about the things that are weighing on Anakin's heart. You'll always love your mother, Windu says, surprising Anakin with his gentleness. But you have to let go. That love, it can be a strength if you control it. If you let it control you, it will destroy you. Anakin's silent for a long time, grappling with the truth in Windu's words. Letting go of his mother seems impossible. But slowly, he begins to see what Windu is teaching him. Instead of trying to strip away those feelings, Windu helps Anakin channel them, turning his deep love and loyalty into a source of inner strength. 3 years later, Anakin is a different person. His bond with Windu is strong. Windu has become the mentor Anakin never knew he needed. When it's time for Anakin to build his lightsaber, Windu takes him to Ilum. The crystal that calls to Anakin isn't blue or green, it's purple, just like Windu's. It's a sign that Anakin has embraced the unique path Windu has laid out for him, one that dances on the edge of light and dark. With his new lightsaber, Anakin's training reaches its peak. Windu teaches him Vapad, a combat style that channels the dark side's power through the user while keeping them anchored in the light. Anakin becomes the first Jedi to master it under Windu's guidance, and he excels. But Windu can still sense the conflict within Anakin, a darkness that hasn't been fully extinguished. Windu confronts Anakin about it, pushing him to open up. Eventually, Anakin admits his feelings for Padme Amidala. Instead of scolding him, Windu sees this as another teaching moment. He takes Anakin to Naboo, where they meet Padme under the pretense of a diplomatic mission. But the real reason is to help Anakin face his feelings head-on. Over weeks of intense training, Windu guides Anakin through his emotions, helping him to transform his attachment into something positive, a commitment to the greater good. By the time they leave Naboo, Anakin has made real progress. He still cares for Padme, but he's learned to channel those emotions into his duty as a Jedi. As the Clone Wars erupt across the galaxy, Anakin and Windu become legends on the battlefield. Anakin's strength and skill are unmatched, and he's well on his way to fulfilling his destiny as the Chosen One. But the dark side's pull is still there, and Windu knows it. When Palpatine starts to get too close to Anakin, Windu steps in. He knows the Chancellor is up to something and cuts off Anakin's unsupervised visits. Palpatine, realizing he's losing his grip on Anakin, hatches a new plan. He begins to subtly increase his influence, making Anakin question the Jedi and their place in the galaxy. The turning point comes on Geonosis. The Republic has discovered that Count Dooku, the leader of the Separatists, is hiding on the barren rocky world. Mace Windu and Anakin are sent to confront him, a mission fraught with danger and uncertainty. As they land on the dusty plains of Geonosis, Anakin can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. Windu senses it too, but keeps his focus sharp. They make their way into the dimly lit catacombs beneath the planet's surface, where Dooku waits, his presence a dark shadow in the Force. They find him in a vast, echoing chamber. Dooku turns as they approach, a thin smile playing on his lips. "Your treachery ends here, Dooku," Windu declares, his lightsaber igniting with a snap hiss. The purple blade bathes the chamber in an eerie glow. "Surrender, and you will be shown mercy." Dooku chuckles, his own red blade springing to life. "Mercy? You are mistaken, Master Windu. It is you who will need mercy before this day is done." The battle begins with a fury. Windu and Dooku clash in a whirlwind of strikes and parries, their lightsabers crackling with energy. Anakin watches for a moment, his heart pounding. He knows Dooku's reputation, one of the greatest duelists in the galaxy, a former Jedi Master who fell to the dark side. But Anakin is no longer the boy he once was. He's been trained by Mace Windu, and he's ready. With a roar, Anakin joins the fray, his purple lightsaber flashing as he attacks Dooku from the side. Dooku is forced to split his attention between the two Jedi, his movements becoming more frantic as he realizes he is outmatched. But Dooku is cunning. He uses the Force to hurl debris at Anakin, distracting him long enough to deliver a powerful kick that sends the young Jedi sprawling. Windu presses the attack, his strikes coming faster and harder. Dooku is powerful, but Windu's mastery of Vapad allows him to channel Dooku's dark energy against him, turning the tide of the battle. Anakin recovers quickly, rejoining the fight with renewed determination. Together, they drive Dooku back, forcing him to retreat across the chamber. Sensing his defeat, Dooku reaches out with the Force, pulling down a massive pillar to crush the Jedi. Windu and Anakin leap out of the way just in time, but the distraction gives Dooku the chance to escape. He flees to a nearby hangar, where his starship awaits. But Windu and Anakin are close behind. They burst into the hangar just as Dooku is about to board his ship. The Count turns, realizing that there's no escape. Windu steps forward, his blade steady. The final duel is intense. Dooku fights with the desperation of a cornered animal, but Windu's experience and Anakin's raw power are too much for him. In a final, furious exchange, Windu disarms Dooku, his red lightsaber flying from his grasp. Dooku drops to his knees, breathing heavily. Anakin steps forward, his lightsaber aimed at the Count's throat. There's a moment of silence, charged with tension. Windu watches Anakin carefully, knowing this could be a test of his apprentice's resolve. "Finish it, Skywalker!" Dooku taunts, his voice dripping with venom. Anakin hesitates, the dark side whispering in his ear, tempting him with power, with revenge. But then he hears Windu's voice, calm and steady, cutting through the darkness. "Anakin, remember who you are. You're better than this." Anakin's grip tightens on his lightsaber, but instead of striking, he deactivates the blade. He steps back, his face resolute. "You're going to face justice, Dooku. The Jedi way." Windu nods, his respect for Anakin growing even stronger. He steps forward, placing a hand on Anakin's shoulder before turning to Dooku. "Your time is over, Count. You've lost." Dooku glares at them both, but he knows it's true. The clone troopers arrive moments later, taking the defeated Sith into custody. The mission is over, but the war is far from won. Back on Coruscant, the capture of Count Dooku sends shockwaves through the galaxy. But Palpatine is not yet defeated. The Chancellor knows that his time is running out, and he begins to put the final stages of his plan into motion. Late one night, Windu receives a disturbing report. Anakin had been seen leaving the Chancellor's office after hours, looking troubled and conflicted. Windu's concerns deepen. The time for action has come. He summons Anakin to his chambers, where the young Jedi stands before his master, confusion and fear evident in his eyes. "Anakin," Windu begins, his tone serious but not unkind. "I sense great turmoil within you. The Chancellor, he's been in your ear for too long." Anakin looks away, struggling with his thoughts. "He's using you. The dark side clouds everything around him. We must confront him." Anakin hesitates, torn between his loyalty to the Jedi and the trust he's placed in Palpatine. But the bond he shares with Windu, forged through years of intense training and hard-earned respect, is strong. Slowly, Anakin nods. "You're right, Master. We need to stop him." The next morning, Windu and Anakin, along with Jedi Masters Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin, and Agen Kolar, make their way to the Chancellor's office. The sun has barely risen over Coruscant, casting long shadows across the cityscape as the Jedi prepare for what will be their most dangerous mission yet. Inside Palpatine's office, the air is thick with tension. Palpatine, seated behind his grand desk, looks up as the Jedi enter. His expression is calm, almost amused, as if he had been expecting them. "Master Windu," he greets, his voice smooth and oily. "To what do I owe the pleasure?" Windu doesn't waste any time. "Chancellor, you are under arrest for treason against the Republic and the Jedi Order. The evidence of your betrayal is undeniable." For a moment, silence hangs in the air. Then, slowly, Palpatine rises from his chair, his eyes narrowing. "Treason?" he repeats, his voice taking on a sinister edge. "The treason is yours, Master Jedi. I am the Senate." Before Windu can react, Palpatine moves with lightning speed, igniting a crimson lightsaber hidden within his robes. The Jedi Masters draw their weapons, but Palpatine is upon them in an instant. With a flurry of strikes, he cuts down Kolar and Tiin before they can even defend themselves. Kit Fisto manages to parry a few blows, but he too falls under the Sith Lord's relentless assault. Now it is just Windu and Anakin, standing against the Dark Lord of the Sith. Windu's purple lightsaber clashes with Palpatine's red, the two masters of the Force locked in a deadly dance. Anakin hesitates, his mind racing. He can feel the dark side swirling around them, seductive and terrifying. Palpatine's voice echoes in his mind, offering power, offering everything he had ever wanted. But then, Windu's voice cuts through the noise, steady and resolute. "Anakin, focus, remember your training. You're stronger than this." Anakin shakes his head, clearing his thoughts. He steps forward, joining the battle. Together, he and Windu press the attack, forcing Palpatine onto the defensive. The Chancellor is powerful, more powerful than any foe Anakin has ever faced, but Windu's years of experience and Anakin's raw strength begin to turn the tide. With a powerful force push, Windu sends Palpatine crashing into the wall. The Sith Lord struggles to his feet, but Windu is already there, his lightsaber pointed at Palpatine's throat. "It's over, Chancellor," Windu says, his voice cold as steel. Palpatine's eyes flicker with fear, real fear. "You can't kill me, Windu," he hisses. "It's not the Jedi way." Windu hesitates. It is true. The Jedi do not kill their prisoners, but this is no ordinary foe. Palpatine is the Sith Lord who had orchestrated the Clone Wars, manipulated the entire galaxy, and corrupted the very heart of the Republic. If he lives, he will find a way to escape, to continue his dark plans. As Windu contemplates what to do, Palpatine seizes the opportunity. He unleashes a torrent of Force lightning at Windu, intending to strike him down while his guard is lowered. The room lights up with the crackling energy of the dark side, and for a moment, it seems that Windu might fall. But Anakin, driven by his loyalty to Windu and his commitment to the Jedi, steps in front of the attack. He raises his lightsaber, absorbing the lightning with his blade. The intense energy surges through him, but he stands firm, protecting his master. Palpatine's assault falters as Anakin pushes back, his resolve stronger than ever. Finally, the Sith Lord is forced to stop, exhausted and defeated. Windu, regaining his composure, steps forward. "It's over, Palpatine. You're coming with us." Palpatine is taken into custody by the Jedi and clone troopers. As they lead him away, he looks back at Anakin, his expression a mix of anger and something more sinister, perhaps a recognition of the potential in the young Jedi that he has yet to fully corrupt. Windu turns to Anakin, placing a hand on his shoulder. "You did well, Anakin. You saved my life, and, more importantly, you stayed true to the Jedi way. I'm proud of you." Anakin nods, but there's a lingering doubt in his eyes. The weight of his recent experiences still bears heavily on him, but for now, he has proven his loyalty to the light. With Palpatine in custody, the dark side's influence begins to wane. The Republic, now aware of the Chancellor's true nature, works to rebuild and restore peace. The Jedi Order, though shaken, emerges stronger with the dark side seemingly defeated. But the story isn't over. In the shadows of the high-security prison where Palpatine is held, a figure moves silently. The guards, unaware of the visitor, continue their patrols, oblivious to the danger within. The figure, cloaked and hooded, approaches Palpatine's cell. Inside, Palpatine sits, his face calm, his thoughts hidden. He senses the approach of the visitor and smiles faintly. The cell door slides open, and the figure steps inside, lowering the hood to reveal Anakin Skywalker. Palpatine's smile widens as he meets Anakin's gaze. "You've come," he says, his voice a whisper, filled with dark promise. Anakin's face is unreadable, his eyes locked on the Sith Lord. What he's thinking, what he plans to do, remains a mystery. The scene fades to black, leaving the fate of Anakin and the galaxy hanging in the balance. We hope you enjoyed exploring this what-if scenario with us. But the story doesn't have to end here. We'd love to hear your own what-if ideas. What alternate Star Wars timelines or events would you like to see us explore next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, and who knows, your idea might be featured in our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, may the Force be with you.